I want to talk to you about Logic 101. More specifically, the essence of business life. More specifically, one of the foundations I teach, and it's this. The more times a buyer buys from you in a period of time, the more things they buy from you each time they buy, the more money you make, the more profit your business generates, the more connection you have. Well, most people don't think about it, and I did a session on back end, on ancillary income, on extending and really elongating and multiplying the buying cycle that you need to watch right now, so do so. I had two friends. Call one friend Sam and one friend John. Sam was an incredibly brilliant copywriter in the direct mail advertising business, in the mail order. He was a tactical thinker. He got the idea when cubic zirconium simulated diamonds came into being of creating a company called the Beverly Hills Diamond Company. And he created a proprietary named stone called the Beverly Hills Diamond. It was a 1-carat cubic zirconium, and he wrote just a killer full-page ad in the LA Times and spent, I think, 30 grand and ran it, selling a 1-carat stone for $39. And I think his ad was 30 grand, and it brought in, let's call it 38,000. And after credit card discounts and refunds, he made about $3,000. And he was a tactical, momentary thinker, and he got frustrated and folded his tent and got out of the business. Good ad, but he just didn't make much money. Friend two, who did I say his name was? John, was not as good a copywriter, but he was a brilliant strategist. He saw what friend one, Sam, did, thought, that's really cool. Sam missed the boat. So John wrote his version of an ad. This is back when Tiffany's was at its peak and Van Cleef and Arpels was at their peak, and he called it his Van Pliss and Tissot. And he created the Van Pliss diamond. He did almost a model. It was original copy, but his was nowhere close to as well written. He spent 30 grand on a full-page ad. I think with everything factored in, he got like $25,000 or $27,000 back. After everything, he lost 6 grand. But when friend one, who's friend one? Sam, sent his, he was so tactical and front-end loaded, he just sent his stone in a piece of crappy cardboard with nothing there, and it was pretty tacky. Friend two, who was strategic, sent his in a beautiful jeweler's case with a letter and another component. The letter said, we're so honored and pleased that you favored us to buy our Van Pliss diamond. Before you take it out, we're going to forewarn you of something wonderful and something maybe a little disappointing that's not our fault. The wonderful is you're going to see it's more fiery, more brilliant, more extraordinary. It's going to just bedazzle the begollies out of you. But when you take it out, you're going to think it's smaller. And it's not that we cheated you. It's the reason we get that brilliance is because of the density. It's got more weight per whatever. And it said when our clients see the extraordinary superior brilliance, almost all of them want to come back to us and buy 5-carat and 10-carat. Then they got to take it to the jewelers and they got to figure what to do with it. And as a courtesy, because we're so appreciative, you had enough blind faith to give us your first purchase, we want to give you trade-in allowance. We're going to give you double trade-in allowance. And besides that, we've taken the liberty of presetting a bunch of 5 and 10-carat Van Pliss brilliant stones into 14-carat, 18-carat necklaces and earrings. And we've checked with what the quality retailers would charge, and we think it's too much because we can do it ourselves. We are about 50% of what they would be, but we want you to really check it out for yourself. So if you wish to exchange and get double credit and purchase anything in the catalog that's enclosed, we won't consider your purchase binding and committed on your part until you've had the luxury of taking it to your favorite jeweler for 30 days to see if it in fact isn't 50% of what they would have charged you. Friend one, Sam, did, let's call it 38,000 and made about 3 and quit. Friend two, who's he? John. But John's what? He's strategic. John lost $3,000 and made $25 million the first year. That's the difference between strategy. Does that make sense to you? And most people in this room are tactical. So what I said to Tony is, I'm all about a real simple concept, and I'm going to repeat it, and if I don't get all my slides done, I'll apologize, but I want to make a very important point. You really don't have to do a lot of things better. You got to stop doing the things that are hurting you. And I said it's an analogy of like pretend, I hope I didn't say this because I have a very low memory. It's like being in an airplane and taking off and getting up high, but having the flaps not go all the way up or down or whatever they're supposed to do, but being safe enough that you could fly. I don't know if that's, I don't know aeronautics, so let's presume that you could do that. Well, it's going to take forever to get to your destination. It's going to be a nightmare for the pilot. It's going to burn an enormous amount of fuel, and it's not going to be very pleasant for the passenger. You can just make the damn flaps go where they're supposed to. You're going to go faster, straighter, easier, more efficiently, more enjoyably. Well, think of that analogy contextually in your business life, because all you do is stop screwing yourself up. And if you just do that, you're going to go forward. Does that make sense? I know it sounds mundane, but I swear to God, it's just, it really is that simple in the first stage. Isn't this fun?